Welcome to Zoe Stories. My cousin made me try makeup. Now I'm her model. I never imagined a dab of mascara could change my life. My name is Alex. I'm 23, a freelance graphic designer who mostly works from home. Quiet, private, invisible by design. On the surface, I'm just another guy who keeps to himself. Hoodies, sneakers, gaming setup, and a girlfriend who thinks she knows everything about me. But there's something about me no one really knows. Not even Emma, my girlfriend of 2 years. You see, I've always been curious. Not about being someone else exactly, but about stepping outside the rigid mold I was shoved into since childhood. There was something intoxicating about the idea of slipping into something soft, feminine, and forbidden. But I never dared act on it. I buried those thoughts beneath layers of denial, distractions, and excuses. Until last week. That's when Samantha moved in, my cousin from LA, the social media-obsessed beauty guru who talks fast, laughs louder, and posts even faster. She came to stay with us for 2 weeks while her apartment got fumigated. Emma was the one who invited her, saying it would be fun to have some girl energy around. I wasn't consulted. But then again, I never am when it comes to Emma. She's stunning, driven, and commanding, the kind of person who walks into a room and makes everyone orbit around her. I love her, but I've always been nervous around her. There's a power dynamic I can't fully explain, except that I always feel like I'm on thin ice, afraid she might discover the truth about me and leave. Back to Samantha. She arrived with 2 massive pink suitcases, a ring light, and a plan to turn our guest bedroom into her temporary content studio. At first, she was all polite smiles and cuz jokes. But within days, she was everywhere. Clothes in the hallway, makeup on the bathroom sink, perfume lingering in the air. One afternoon, Emma got called into work unexpectedly. She kissed my cheek, handed me a list of chores, and told me to keep Samantha entertained. I nodded like I always do and retreated to my office to finish a project. But Samantha had other ideas. "Alex," she chirped, barging in. "Can I borrow you for something quick? I need a male model to try this new setting spray. It's unisex, don't worry." I blinked. "Unisex setting spray? Don't overthink it. Your skin is smooth. Trust me, you'll look great on camera." I wanted to say no. I should have said no. But then she smiled, cocked her head, and added, "Come on, I'll owe you one." That smile was dangerous. It didn't just invite trust, it demanded it. Minutes later, I found myself sitting in the guest room's makeshift studio, ring light humming, while she brushed foundation over my face. "Just relax," she cooed, dabbing under my eyes. "Your bone structure is insane, by the way. You ever consider modeling?" I laughed nervously. "Yeah, maybe if I had cheekbones like yours." She leaned in closer, locking eyes with me through the mirror. "No, really. You've got that androgynous thing going. Give me half an hour. I bet I could make you look like a total instabaddie." Something inside me twitched. Part fear, part thrill. "I'm kidding," she added, though I wasn't sure if she meant it. "Okay, lips next. Don't pout. Just relax." Her fingers were gentle but precise, and before I knew it, my face felt like it wasn't mine anymore. Not in a bad way. In a strangely exciting way. Then Emma called. Samantha muted the phone and whispered, "Wipe your lips if she FaceTimes. You don't want her seeing you like this." Seeing me like what exactly? I wiped my lips. But I didn't remove the foundation. Or the eyeliner. Not yet. That night, I stared at myself in the mirror after everyone went to bed. My skin glowed. My eyes popped. I didn't look like Alex, I looked like someone else. Someone bolder. Someone beautiful. And I wanted more. Alex has always lived with a subtle but persistent inner conflict, wanting to express something inside him that doesn't align with how the world sees him. His relationship with Emma is loving but lopsided. She's dominant. He's compliant. He fears disappointing her and hides parts of himself because of that fear. Samantha is the catalyst. She doesn't push too hard, but she's confident, intuitive, and sees something in Alex he's afraid to see in himself. It started with makeup. But it didn't stop there. The The day after Samantha had done my face, I couldn't stop thinking about it. The eyeliner, the way it sharpened my eyes, the soft shimmer on my cheeks, the unfamiliar, but strangely satisfying, weight of it all. It wasn't just a look. It was a feeling. It was freedom. Emma left early that morning for a work meeting. She pecked me on the lips, barely looking up from her phone. "Don't forget to pick up groceries," she mumbled, walking out the door. Samantha floated into the kitchen moments later, sipping oat milk coffee in a pink satin robe. "Sleep well, pretty boy," she teased, nudging my shoulder. I turned red. "That was a one-time thing, okay?" She smirked. "Sure it was. But listen, I've been thinking." My stomach fluttered. That tone never meant anything normal. "You ever wear girls' clothes?" I choked on my cereal. She grinned, loving the reaction. "Relax, I'm not judging. Just curious. You were vibing hard with the look yesterday." "I don't," I stammered. "I mean, no. Not really. I mean, maybe. Once." She sipped again, then smiled. "Come upstairs after breakfast. I've got a surprise for you." I should have said no, but I didn't. The room smelled like roses and powder. Clothes were laid out on the bed, skirts, tops, a lacy black bralette. A long, honey blonde wig sat on the vanity, gleaming in the light. "Pick whatever you want," Samantha said casually, sorting through earrings. "You've got the figure. Tall, lean, zero body hair. You'd pass with heels on, no doubt." My hands trembled. "This is too much." "Then start small," she offered. "Try the crop top and those black jeggings. It's just us here." She turned her back and gave me space. I stared at the clothes. The fabric looked impossibly soft, the colors vibrant. My fingers brushed against a blush pink top, and my heart thumped. Slowly, I peeled off my hoodie and jeans. Minutes later, I stood in front of the mirror, transformed. The tight jeggings hugged my legs, reshaping them into something feminine and sleek. The crop top revealed just a hint of stomach. Samantha clapped her hands. "You're adorable." Then came the wig. Then the makeup. Then a dab of perfume behind each ear. "I look like," I whispered. "Like someone finally showing up," she finished, adjusting my necklace. I didn't recognize myself, but I couldn't look away. We were still experimenting with poses, Samantha directing me like a pro, making me laugh in a soft, high voice, when the front door slammed shut downstairs.
"Emma."
My blood turned cold. "She's early," I whispered. "She can't see me like this." Samantha moved fast. "Closet.
"Go."
Now." I barely had time to slip out of the heels before diving into the walk-in closet, heart racing. Samantha pulled the mirror curtain shut and tossed a blanket over the vanity. Footsteps echoed up the stairs. "Sam? You home?" Samantha opened the door, breezy. "Hey, didn't expect you till 3. Meeting was canceled." Emma stepped in. "Why is the door locked?" "I was filming a skincare vid. You die laughing. I made Alex test a lip gloss." She giggled. Emma raised an eyebrow. "He agreed to that?" "Barely," Samantha lied smoothly. "You know him, big softa." I stood still in the closet, makeup smudging, legs trembling. I could hear them just inches away. "Where is he?" "Downstairs," Samantha said quickly. "He said something about reorganizing the pantry." Emma hummed. "Well, I'm starving." Samantha waited until she heard her footsteps go back down before unlocking the closet. "You okay?" I nodded, barely. "That," she said with a smirk, "was thrilling, wasn't it?" I didn't answer, but deep down it was. The next day, Emma went out for brunch with friends. Samantha poked her head into my office. "You ready for your close-up?" I hesitated. "Again? You loved it. Don't lie." I didn't respond, but I followed her upstairs anyway. This time it was a full transformation. Shaved arms, nails, a pastel blue dress that zipped snugly up the side, matching heels, mascara, blush, a peachy pink gloss. "Let's call her Alexa," Samantha said. The name hit me like a warm shock. I posed in front of the ring light, twirling, pouting. The camera flashed. Something inside me bloomed. Confidence, power, lightness. "You're natural," Samantha whispered.
Model vibes.
Seriously. I looked at the screen. I looked like a different person, soft, beautiful, mysterious. Alexa. And I didn't want her to disappear. That night, Emma cuddled next to me on the couch. "You smell different," she murmured, nose brushing my neck. My heart thudded. Had I forgotten to wash off the perfume? "I tried a new soap," I mumbled, sweating. She tilted her head.
Huh.
Kind of floral. Every moment felt like walking on a knife's edge. I started to lose sleep. My brain buzzed with two identities, Alex and Alexa. At night, I'd sneak into the guest room just to run my fingers over the fabrics, to see myself in the mirror, just for a second. One afternoon, I found a folder on Samantha's laptop labeled Model Portfolio Alexa. Dozens of photos. All of me. "Why are you keeping these?" I asked, nervous. She shrugged. "You're stunning. You should see what others see." "But, Emma, she doesn't know everything. Maybe she doesn't need to." That sentence echoed for hours. Maybe she didn't. Emma had been different lately. She didn't say it outright, but I could feel it. The way her eyes lingered a bit too long. The way she asked more questions about my day, where I'd been, what I was doing, why I smelled like Samantha's lotion. "Did you use my cleanser?" she asked one night, running a finger down my cheek. "No," I lied. She replied, but her tone was sharp.
Cold.
She leaned away. That night, I lay awake, staring at the ceiling. I couldn't tell what terrified me more, the idea of her knowing, or the thought of her never knowing who I really was. The next morning, Samantha stormed into my room, beaming. "I've got a crazy idea," she whispered. "No," I replied instinctively. "You haven't heard it yet." She pulled out a silky red cocktail dress from a garment bag. "There's a closed influencer mixer night. All women. No Emma. Just us. You come as Alexa."
What?
"Samantha. No one will know. I'll do your makeup. You'll blend in perfectly. One night. One real test drive. You've already passed in private." My heart pounded. Every nerve screamed no. But Alexa whispered yes. "Emma might come home. She's working late." I checked her calendar. I hesitated. "I'll protect you," she said, serious now. "I promise." We began 2 hours before sunset. Samantha waxed and shaped my brows. Applied concealer like armor. Lash extensions contouring, bold red lips. I didn't recognize the woman in the mirror. She handed me the dress. The material clung to my body, hugging curves I didn't know I had. Samantha slipped earrings into my lobes, buckled heels on my feet, and sprayed perfume at my neck. Finally, the wig, long, black waves that framed my face. "Say hello, Alexa," she whispered, turning the mirror toward me. My reflection stunned me. For the first time, Alexa wasn't an idea. She was real. She was me. We took a rideshare to the party. Samantha held my hand the entire way. "You're shaking," she said softly. "I'm terrified," I whispered. But no one at the party looked twice. I smiled, laughed, made small talk. I walked in heels without falling. I even posed for a few photos, filtered, glowing, feminine. It was liberating. Samantha beamed. "I told you. You were born to do this." But my phone buzzed. A text from Emma. "Heading home early. Miss you." My blood ran cold. "She's going home," I told Samantha. "We have to go." She nodded, already waving down another rideshare. "Calm down. We'll make it." We burst into the house 10 minutes later, laughing nervously. I kicked off my heels at the door and sprinted up the stairs, still dressed as Alexa, wig on, makeup perfect. Too late. Emma stood at the top of the stairs, eyes wide, mouth parted in disbelief. She had come home early and caught me red-handed. Silence. Heavy, brutal silence. "Hey, Alex," she finally whispered. But it sounded like she was asking if I was a stranger. I couldn't speak. Her eyes darted from the heels to the wig to the necklace. Then she looked at Samantha. You knew. Samantha stepped forward. Emma, wait. You knew. I was helping him. He needed. Emma cut her off. You helped him lie to me? Tears welled in my eyes. Emma, I didn't know how to tell you. I was scared. Of me? She asked, voice cracking. I nodded. She looked shattered. Then she turned and walked out. Down the stairs. Out the door. And suddenly, Alexa stood alone in a silent house, caught between two identities, with neither feeling safe. The house was too quiet after Emma left. The ticking of the hallway clock grew louder with every second. Samantha sat on the edge of the bed, biting her thumbnail, guilt written all over her face. She saw everything. I whispered, still in the red dress, still in the heels, still her. She didn't even yell. She just left. She's in shock, Samantha said carefully. She'll come back. She just needs time. I nodded numbly, but my chest felt like it had collapsed inward. I should have felt relief. The secret was out. But instead, I felt exposed.
Raw.
Empty. I walked over to the vanity and stared at Alexa in the mirror. Eyes rimmed in black liner. Lipstick a little smudged. Wig slightly crooked. Still beautiful.
Still me.
But now seen. Should I take it off? I asked. Samantha's voice was soft. Do you want to? I shook my head, tears welling up.
No.
Then don't. I didn't sleep that night. I kept the dress on. I curled up on the couch with a blanket over me. Half of me hoped Emma would come home, sit beside me, and ask why. The other half dreaded hearing the front door open at all. She didn't come back. By morning, the silence was suffocating. Samantha left early for a shoot, promising to call. I stayed home, phone in hand, rereading Emma's last message over and over. Heading home early. Miss you. Now it read like a curse. I walked to the guest room, to the rack of clothes Samantha had picked out. Soft blouses. Stretchy skirts. A floral dress with a tag still on. It was all meant to be fun fantasy. But it wasn't anymore. I reached for the mirror and touched my reflection. Who am I now? I whispered. Around noon, I heard a knock at the door. I ran, heart hammering, half hopeful, half terrified. Emma? But it wasn't her. It was a delivery guy. A package. No name. No sender listed. I opened it with shaking hands. Inside, an envelope. And a printed photo. One of me from the party. Alexa in full confidence, smiling at the camera. On the back, in Samantha's handwriting. She deserves to know the real you. And so do you.
Sam.
Inside the envelope was a sealed letter. Addressed. To Emma. From Alex. My hands trembled. She must have written it when I was asleep. A confession. A plea. A truth. I held it in my hands for a long time, heart pounding. If I sent this, everything would be out in the open. If I didn't, Alexa might disappear forever. I walked slowly to the mailbox. The sun was bright, but the world felt heavy. I stood there, letter in hand, breathing like I was about to jump off a cliff. Do I drop it in? Do I stay safe? Or do I risk it all? I looked down at the envelope, then at my reflection in the mailbox slot. Half Alex, half Alexa. A mirror of everything I'd become. And then, a car door slammed behind me. I froze.
Emma.
She was back. She stepped out, sunglasses hiding her eyes. She looked at me, then at the letter in my hand. We both stood frozen on the pavement, two people in the middle of a storm they never planned for. She opened her mouth. Alex. But before she could say more, Alex, her voice was quieter than I remembered, almost like she didn't trust it. I turned around slowly, still clutching the envelope in my hands. My fingers tightened around it like it might protect me, like a shield made of paper and fear. She stood by her car, frozen, eyes scanning me from head to toe. The wig, the light pink cardigan, the skirt, the mascara still slightly smudged from the night before. Everything. She saw her. She saw Alexa. The silence between us stretched like a thread ready to snap. I tried to speak, but the words got stuck in my throat. All I could do was breathe, shallow, panicked breaths that felt like they might tip me over. Emma stepped closer. Her expression wasn't angry. Worse, it was unreadable. "Were you going to send that to me?" she asked, nodding toward the envelope. I nodded. She reached out. I hesitated, then handed it to her with trembling fingers. Her hand brushed mine. It felt like fire. She didn't open it. Not yet. Instead, she looked at me. Really looked at me. Her eyes lingered on my eyeliner, then dropped to the delicate necklace resting against my throat. "Is this new?" she asked softly, touching the charm. I swallowed. "Samantha gave it to me." Her face twitched. Of course she did. Then came the question I'd been dreading since the day I let Samantha put lipstick on me. How long? My chest collapsed inward. "A few weeks." "Just a few weeks?" she asked, eyebrow raised, not in disbelief, but something closer to hurt. "No," I admitted. "Longer. I just didn't. I couldn't say it out loud before." She looked down at the envelope again, like it might scream the truth if she held it tight enough. And then, "Come inside." I blinked. "What?" Emma opened the front door and held it. "Inside. I'm not doing this on the sidewalk." I hesitated. I expected her to yell,
Cry.
walk away again. But this was something worse, calm. Inside, the house felt like a trap. Everything too quiet. The air too thick. Emma walked into the living room and sat, crossing her legs, envelope still untouched in her lap. I stood across from her, still in heels. She finally said, "So, tell me." I froze. She waved toward me. All of it. The clothes. The makeup. The name. Start somewhere. I swallowed. "Her name is Alexa." Emma's jaw clenched, but she nodded. "And she's me, but not. Or maybe she is, and I'm her. I don't know." She watched without flinching. "I didn't mean to lie," I continued. "I just didn't know how to be this in front of you. I was scared." "Of me?"
No.
"Of losing you." That made her eyes flicker. "I didn't plan this," I added quickly. "It just started. Samantha encouraged it, and I let her." She tilted her head. "You let her dress you up? Do your makeup? Take pictures of you?" "Yes." "Did you enjoy it?" Silence. "Yes." Emma leaned back, studying me like I was someone she didn't know, someone she wasn't sure she wanted to know. Then she whispered, "You looked happy in that picture." My heart skipped. "You saw it?" She nodded. "Samantha sent it to me. The night she caught you. She texted me and said, 'You should see who he really is.'" And for the first time, I did. I sank into the chair across from her, heels clicking on the floor. "I'm sorry," I whispered. "I should have told you. I didn't want you to think I was broken." She didn't answer right away, but then she asked, "Do you want to be a woman?" I hesitated.
No.
"Not exactly. I don't know. I like how it feels when I'm her. When I'm Alexa, I feel brave. Whole. Like I'm not hiding anymore." Emma stared at the letter in her lap, then looked up at me. "I haven't opened this yet. Should I?" My voice cracked. "Only if you want the truth." She tore it open. I looked away. For 2 full minutes, she read in silence. I could hear every heartbeat in my ears. Every second stretched into an hour. When she finished, she folded it and set it down. And then, finally, she spoke. "Okay." I blinked. "Okay." Emma stood. "I need time. But I'm not walking away. Not yet." Relief punched through me, almost dizzying. "Thank you." "But there will be rules," she said, cutting me off. "Boundaries. You're not the only one confused, Alex. Or Alexa. I understand. And until I say otherwise," she added, walking toward the stairs, "you don't wear her when I'm home." That one hurt, but I nodded. "And one more thing," she said, turning at the stairs. "Yes." She stared hard at me. "Don't let her become a lie again." Then she was gone, and I was left in the living room, in heels and eyeliner, with the letter between us and the future wide open. The days after Emma's return felt like walking through fog. We talked, but never deeply. Slept in the same bed, but back to back. The envelope still sat on her nightstand, unread again. A line drawn in silence.
And Alexa?
She stayed packed away, but not forgotten. Every time I walked past the guest room, my eyes lingered on the closed door. Inside, Samantha's clothes still hung untouched. Her vanity lights were off. The brushes, the heels, the mirror waiting. Emma had said, "Don't let her become a lie again." But also, "Not when I'm home." I kept Alexa locked away, but my hands itched every night. It was a Wednesday. Emma had gone to visit her sister overnight. I was alone. The second the front door clicked shut, I found myself drifting toward the guest room like I was being pulled by gravity. I opened the closet, ran my fingers across a soft blush blouse, picked up the same necklace I'd worn the day Emma found me. My reflection stared back from the mirror. Unshaved, tired, anxious. Alexa didn't need an invitation anymore. I got to work, slowly, deliberately. Foundation, mascara,
Wig. Pink gloss.
the soft dress that zipped with a whisper. Within an hour, she was back. I stood in the mirror. Not Alex in costume. Just her. Just me. The next morning, I heard the front door swing open. "Samantha," she shrieked. "Hello, losers." I brought out lattes and gossip. She found me in the kitchen, back in sweatpants, still removing traces of lipstick. She raised a brow. "Rough night." I didn't answer. "You wore her again, didn't you?" I nodded. "Did Emma know?" I shook my head. She sighed, walked up and cupped my face. "Listen, I love Emma, I do. But you can't let her bury Alexa. That's you. And if she can't handle her—" "I don't want to lose her," I interrupted. "But do you want to lose yourself?" That was the real question. One I hadn't answered yet. Later that day, Samantha dropped a bomb. "Okay, listen. I know you're fragile right now, but I've got a real opportunity. One of my brands needs a face. Like a feminine, fresh, natural look." I showed them your photo. They're interested. I blinked. "You what?" "Relax. They don't know your name. Just the image. It's a soft glam shoot. Tasteful. You'd wear a cute sundress. I'll do all the styling. You'd get paid." "Samantha? No one will know. It's in a closed studio. No public tags. Just a few photos." I hesitated. Alexis stirred inside. "You said you didn't want her to be a lie anymore," she said softly. I looked at the mirror. At the same necklace. At the still wet makeup brushes. "When?" "Saturday." I closed my eyes. And nodded. Emma noticed. Not outright, but little things. The way my nails were cleaner than usual. The faint shimmer under my eyes. The way I looked at myself in the mirror a little too long. One night, we were brushing teeth together. She stared at my face. "Are you shaving differently?" My heart stuttered. "Just cleaning up a bit." She nodded slowly. "Right. Back in bed." She curled up next to me. "You've been quiet." "I'm trying." "I know," she whispered. "I just don't know what this means anymore." Neither did I. That night, I stood in the hallway after she fell asleep. I opened the guest room door again. And there she was waiting. Alexa. Saturday arrived like a heartbeat. Samantha picked me up early in the morning. "Nervous?" she asked, sipping from her iced coffee. I wore jeans and a hoodie. No makeup. But inside, I was already her. Alexa. The studio was tucked away in a quiet industrial block. Just mirrors, lights, white walls, and stylists moving like bees. The brand rep greeted me warmly. No questions asked. "Let's glam her up," Samantha said confidently. The process was intense. Professional makeup. Soft curls on the wig. A pale yellow sundress with floral trim. Nude heels. Dainty earrings.
Gloss.
Lashes. Subtle pink cheeks. I sat in front of the mirror. And she was back. Not the shy version. Alexa, the model.
Poised.
Feminine.
Alive.
The camera loved her. Pose after pose. The flashes captured her as if she'd always belonged here. I twirled, smiled, dipped my head, bit my gloss lips slightly. I wasn't pretending. I was her. Samantha gave direction, beaming with pride. Chin up.
There.
That's the one. Every time the shutter clicked, I felt more distant from Alex. More present as Alexa. When the photographer said, "Perfect. She's stunning," it didn't feel like a compliment. It felt like confirmation. Backstage, I looked at the first edits. I looked like someone else. Someone real. Someone beautiful. And I didn't want to go back. Later that night, I came home to an empty house. Emma was still out. I had time. Still in a daze, I opened my laptop, reviewing the shoot proofs Samantha had sent to my email. One photo stood out. Alexa mid-laugh, sunlight in her curls, eyes glowing. I clicked save to phone. But what I didn't realize, my phone was synced to our shared home cloud. That image, the one titled Alexa_final JPG, automatically uploaded to the smart TV. The one Emma had just turned on. Downstairs, I heard a gasp. My stomach twisted. The door creaked. Footsteps on the stairs. Alex. I closed the laptop. Too late. She was already at the door, holding the remote. The photo still open. Still visible.
Still me.
"What is this?" she asked, voice trembling, not with confusion, but betrayal. I opened my mouth. She held up her hand. "You promised." "I didn't mean for you to see it. That's not the point." Tears welled in her eyes. "You lied again. You snuck around behind my back. You became someone else." "I didn't become someone else," I whispered. "I am her." Silence. She shook her head. "I don't know what's worse, the lie, or the fact that you're not even sorry." "I am sorry."
No.
"You're sorry you got caught." Her voice cracked. "You look so happy in that photo." I was. And I'm not in it. Those words hit harder than a slap. Emma turned toward the door. I stepped forward, desperate. "Please, just talk to me." But she looked at me one last time and said, "I don't know who I'm looking at anymore." Then she walked out.
For real this time.
The house was empty again. But this time, it felt permanent. I sat in front of the mirror. The same one where Alexa first emerged. Makeup smeared. Wig loose. Dress wrinkled. I looked at the reflection. Two faces. Alex, scared, lost, exhausted. Alexa, bold, soft, real. I picked up the necklace. The one Emma had touched once with curiosity. Now it felt heavy like a chain. I closed my eyes. For a moment, I imagined walking away from her forever, putting it all in boxes, pretending none of it mattered. But then I thought of the camera shutter, the soft click. The moment I saw myself, I couldn't unsee it, couldn't unfeel it.
Couldn't go back.
I wiped away the smudges, reapplied the gloss. And for the first time, Alexa didn't ask for permission. She just was. It had been 2 days since Emma left. No messages. No calls. No notifications. Just silence. The kind that wraps around your lungs and squeezes. I kept checking my phone, hoping for a single "Are you okay?" or even an "I hate you." Anything would have been better than nothing. Samantha came over once, brought cookies and comfort. She didn't say "I told you so." She just hugged me and let me cry into her shoulder. "You were brave," she whispered. "I was stupid," I choked out.
No.
"You showed her the truth." That's never stupid. But truth doesn't always keep people around. That night, I lit a single candle in the guest room, my old haven. Not hiding anymore. I slid on the deep blue wrap dress I'd only worn once. My fingers trembled as I zipped it. The fabric hugged me like it remembered who I really was. I applied mascara slowly.
Carefully.
The kind of care you give when you're trying to hold yourself together. Alexa stared back at me in the mirror.
Not scared this time.
Not pretending. Just there. Unapologetically real. Then my phone buzzed. My heart jumped. "Emma?"
No.
It was an unknown number. "Are you free next weekend? We loved your photos." Would love to feature you in our campaign. Paid, published, confidential if needed. Let us know. I blinked. Samantha must have shared the set. She'd promised not to unless I gave the okay. I hadn't. But she must have known. Known that if Alexa wasn't going to be accepted at home, maybe she could still be seen out in the world. For a second, I stared at the message. My thumb hovered. Was this betrayal? Or a door opening? I stood in front of the mirror again. Alexa looked so calm now. Like the part of me that had been hiding all my life had finally exhaled. I touched the side of my face, smoothed my lipstick, adjusted the necklace. Then I whispered to the reflection, "Are we ready for the world to see you?" She didn't answer, but I could feel her nod. Then, a knock at the door. My heart stopped. Not Samantha, she always texted. I peeked through the window.
Emma.
Standing in the rain, hoodie soaked, hair sticking to her face. I opened the door slowly. She looked up.
Saw me. Saw her. I didn't hide.
I didn't flinch. Neither did she. For a long time we just stared. Then she asked, voice soft but shaking, "Are you her now?" I nodded. "I don't know how to feel," she whispered. "But I miss you. Even if you're her." I swallowed. "I'm still me." Tears welled in her eyes. And then, blackout. Rain slid off her hoodie and pooled at her feet. She didn't move. Neither did I. Emma's eyes roamed over my face. The makeup. The dress. The delicate gold necklace. The one she had once touched. Curious. It wasn't a costume now. It wasn't pretend.
This was me.
This was Alexa. She didn't look away. "Can I come in?" she finally asked. I nodded, stepping aside. She walked in like she was entering unfamiliar territory. Her eyes flicked toward the vanity, the wig stand, the pink slippers near the bed. "I haven't seen this room since everything." "I haven't left it much," I admitted.
"Yeah,
I can tell." We sat opposite each other on the bed. The silence wasn't awkward, it was heavy, as if we were standing on opposite sides of a cracked bridge. She took a breath. "I didn't come here for answers. I came because I needed to see you again. Not Alex. You." I swallowed. "And what do you see?" She hesitated. "Someone I thought I knew. And someone I'm just starting to meet." That hurt. But it was fair. Her eyes dropped to my hands, softened, manicured, resting gently in my lap. "You've changed," she said. "I think. I just stopped pretending. Why didn't you tell me earlier?" "I was scared," I said honestly. "Scared you'd leave. That you'd look at me the way you did that night." She winced. "I hated seeing that photo," she admitted. "Not because you looked like her, but because you looked so happy. Like you didn't need me anymore." My throat tightened. "I needed you. I still do." She looked at me. "But now you also need her." I nodded. "I don't know how to fit into that," she whispered. Underscore 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 underscore. The silence returned. But this time, it wasn't just pain. There was also understanding. We were both different people now, trying to speak a language neither of us had ever been taught. "I don't know what this is," she said, standing. "Or if we can survive it. But I'm not ready to lose you either." I stood too. "What are you saying?" She looked at me, tears glistening. "I'm saying, let's figure it out. Together. If we can." I stepped closer, heart pounding. "Even if that means being with someone who looks like this?" She reached up, brushed a lock of wig hair behind my ear. "I'm not in love with your eyeliner, Alex. Or Alexa. I'm in love with your soul. But this is going to take time. I can give you that." She smiled barely.
"Good."
"Because I have a million questions." And for the first time in days, I smiled back. "Ask me anything." It felt like we were living two lives now, one with the curtains open, the other behind closed doors. Emma stayed. That meant everything. But she still couldn't call me Alexa. Not yet. She referred to me as he at home, avoided the makeup drawer in the bathroom, and always looked away when I brushed out my wig.
But she didn't leave.
We were trying. That had to count for something. Still, I felt like a guest in my own skin when she was around. I'd wait until she left for work before slipping into a dress. I'd take photos, but I never posted.
Just stared at them.
Studied them. Sometimes envied them. That girl in the photo looked brave. I wasn't sure I was. Samantha texted one evening. Hey superstar. The brand wants you back. Bigger campaign. NYC based. Think you're ready? I stared at it for a long time. Then another came in. You don't have to say yes. But Alexa deserves the spotlight. And you deserve to be seen. That word again. Deserve. I replied before I could overthink. I'm in. But I didn't tell Emma. The shoot was next weekend. Just one day, one look, private location. Samantha promised confidentiality, no social tags, no exposure. Still, I felt the lie bloom inside me again. A familiar ache. The same kind I'd felt the first time I'd snuck into a dress behind Emma's back. Was I really hiding again? Or just protecting what little I had left? Emma noticed something the night before the shoot. You seem distracted, she said over dinner. I lied. Just work stuff. She stirred her soup. Have you been dressing lately? I hesitated. Not much. That was mostly true. She didn't press. But her eyes said she didn't believe me. Later that night, I kissed her neck while she read a book in bed. She flinched just slightly. A reflex. I backed off. Sorry. She set the book down.
No. I'm sorry.
I'm trying. I sat beside her, hands clasped. I know.
So am I. She turned to me.
Do you ever wish I wasn't here? So you could just be her all the time? My throat tightened.
No.
I wish I could be both. With you. She nodded slowly. But I could tell that answer didn't soothe her. The shoot in NYC changed everything. They styled me in a silk burgundy dress with an open back, smoky eyes, and a confidence I didn't know I had. When I stepped in front of the lights, something clicked. Not just the camera shutter, me.
Alexa didn't just model that day.
She commanded the room. The stylist said, "You're a natural." The director said, "She glows." Samantha whispered, "They want you on the website front page." I smiled. But it didn't feel like happiness. It felt like a fracture deepening. That night, alone in my hotel room, I stared at my reflection in the mirror. Alexa looked radiant.
Fierce.
But I couldn't shake the feeling that each step forward for her meant another step away from Emma. And I hadn't told her about any of it. I came home late the next day. Emma was on the couch, scrolling through her phone. Hey, I said softly. She looked up. You're back. I nodded, dropped my bag. Then I saw her expression shift.
Confused.
Then cold. She held up her phone. On it was a photo.
Me.
From the shoot. On the website. In heels, lashes, and a crimson smile. I blinked. They posted it, she whispered. I opened my mouth. No words came. You didn't tell me. Emma. You lied again. It wasn't. She stood. You chose her. Again. Over me. It wasn't a choice. Yes, it was, she snapped. And you keep making it. The silence screamed between us. She stared at the photo one more time, then locked her phone. I need space, she whispered. Please. I don't know if I can be with someone who disappears behind makeup every time they're scared. I'm not hiding, I said. I'm finally being. She hesitated at the door. I know. And then she left. Again. Emma didn't return that night. Or the next. I called twice. She didn't pick up. I texted. Please talk to me. I didn't mean to hurt you. I miss you. No response. I began dressing as Alexa every night. Not because I was celebrating, because I was grieving. Her soft skirts became my comfort. Her lipstick my way of remembering how to feel something. Samantha checked in gently. She just needs time, she said. This is a lot for her. I nodded. But deep down, I felt like I was standing in the ashes of something I'd burned with my own hands. A week after the NYC shoot, Samantha sent another message. You sitting down? Because they want you for the full campaign. Commercials.
Billboards.
Ongoing deal. 5 figures. More if it goes international. I sat down. They wanted Alexa. All of her. My hands shook. I can't make that decision, I typed back. You already did, Samantha replied. You stepped in front of that camera and showed them who you are. This is just the reward. But rewards come with a cost. If I took the deal, I couldn't be anonymous anymore. I couldn't hide behind 2 names. I would be her.
Publicly. Permanently.
Was I ready for that? Was I willing to do it without Emma? I found the mirror again. The tall one in the guest room where Alexa had first been born. I stood in front of it. Full makeup. Black lace dress. Hair curled. Earrings delicate. The girl in the reflection didn't flinch anymore. She owned the space. I reached for the lipstick tube.
Deep red.
Emma's favorite color. I uncapped it.
And paused.
For a second, I saw both of us. The man she loved. The woman she couldn't understand. I whispered to the mirror. Is this who I really am? Alexa didn't answer. But I knew. Because for the first time, the thought of not being her made me feel like I was disappearing. That night, Emma came back.
Not to stay. To speak.
She stood in the doorway. Her arms crossed. Her eyes hard.
I saw the ad, she said.
Your face is on a banner downtown. I didn't deny it. I got the offer, I said quietly. It's everything I wanted. She nodded. Then say yes. What? She blinked fast, holding back tears.
Say yes.
Because if you're even thinking about saying no for me, don't. I don't want to lose you. You already did, she whispered. But maybe that's what had to happen. Maybe we were pretending it could work when we both wanted different things. I wanted us. No, she cut me off. You wanted you and me, but you've become someone else. And I'm not angry anymore. I can't be the reason you hide. I stepped forward. I'm still me. She shook her head. You're her. And you shine. I saw it in that photo. You've never looked that proud of yourself. Not even when we first met. Tears welled in both of our eyes. I love you, I whispered. I know, she said. But it's time to love yourself more. And then she walked away. For good. The next morning, I sat in the studio's makeup chair. The contract lay on the table beside me.
And signed.
The stylist adjusted my necklace. Are you ready, Alexa? I looked in the mirror. Red lips. Soft curls. Fierce eyeliner.
And peace.
I picked up the pen.
Signed.
And in that moment, just before the first shutter clicked, I thought of Emma and hoped she'd someday see me like this. Not with confusion, but with pride.
Click.
The camera flashed, and Alexa was no longer a secret. She was a name the world would know. 3 weeks passed. Alexa's face appeared in magazine spreads, bus stop billboards, digital ads, and influencer reels. The fresh face of femininity, they called her. People tagged me online with comments like, "Who is this beauty? Alexa's look is everything. Icon." For the first time in my life, I wasn't hiding in photos. I was owning them. But late at night, when the makeup came off and the lights dimmed, I still heard Emma's voice. I still missed her laugh. Her honesty. Her arms wrapped around me when I was too scared to breathe. Fame didn't fill the space she left behind. Not completely. One rainy night, I curled up on the couch in a silk robe, flipping through a glossy magazine. There I was, on page 8. Red lips, fierce eyes, wind blowing through my curls. The headline read, "Meet Alexa, the mystery muse taking the fashion world by storm." My phone buzzed. I didn't move. Then again buzz. I reached for it absentmindedly. And froze.
Emma.
My heart leapt and shattered in the same beat. The message was short. I saw your ad on Fifth Avenue. You were breathtaking. I stared at it. Then another came through. Would you ever want to talk again? I didn't reply immediately. I sat there, staring at her name, remembering the pain, remembering how it ended. But I also remembered something else. She'd seen Alexa, in full bloom, in the spotlight, and instead of turning away, she reached back out. Maybe not with love, but with curiosity, hope, and maybe even acceptance. I typed slowly. Only if you're ready to meet the real me. No more hiding. A pause. Then 3 dots. Typing. That's all I want. At that exact moment, the doorbell rang. I blinked. Clock read 11:14 p.m. I walked to the door in bare feet, heart pounding, peered through the peephole. It wasn't Emma. It was someone else, holding a camera, and behind them,
A car.
with lights and a logo, a reality show. The producer smiled. Alexa, we'd like to offer you your own transformation series. Real people, real stories, all inspired by your journey. You ready? My breath caught. A TV deal, a global platform, to help others become who they are. Everything I'd ever dreamed of. But it also meant no going back.